Hey everyone, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. We are in a different location within my room right now, as you can see, and that is because I'm actually going to be doing a desk tour for you guys. This is something that has been super highly requested ever since I moved into my new apartment. Whenever I show my workspace, even just a little bit on my Instagram stories, I always get a ton of questions about my storage situation, how I set it up, so I thought I would answer all of those questions in this video. I'm really excited to finally walk through everything and show you guys, especially now that I'm really happy with how I have everything laid out. I really do think I've come up with some good solutions, seeing as I do live in a small apartment with limited space. So I don't have the largest office area. This is actually just my bedroom. Like, my bed is right over there, so it's not like I have a separate office. So I hope this helps you out in some way, but let's just get right into it. Alright, so welcome to my humble little office area. As I mentioned, I do live in an apartment, so I am working with small space. Hopefully I set up the camera in a good angle for you guys to understand the situation and see how everything is laid out. But this is basically the gist of it. I use this as my workspace. As you can see, there's also makeup back here, so I use it as a vanity as well. Because I'm working with such a small space, I had to make sure that this area was very functional and was able to be used in multiple different ways. So to start off, I guess I'll talk about the actual desk. This desk is actually just a table from Ikea. It's one of the tables that you can build yourself, so you can choose what tabletop you want and you can choose what table legs you want. So I chose the smallest tabletop they had, and then the legs that I chose were actually the retractable legs, so you're able to set the legs to whatever height you want them to be, which worked perfectly for me because I decided to put this little filing cabinet right underneath it. So what I did was I just set the table legs to be the exact height of this filing cabinet, and that way I can slide this cabinet in and out and move the table as I see fit, depending on if I need to film or just move the table around, and it works really well. I have this mat here with the wood texture. You guys are probably very familiar with this wood texture because it's what I use to film my videos and take my Instagram pictures. A lot of people are surprised to find out that no, it's not my actual real table, it's just a contact paper adhesive that I got off of Amazon. I'll link it down below if you guys are interested in it. It's definitely a great way to switch up the look of different tables. I put it on a mat because since I need to film, I have to move things around a lot. But if I wasn't filming, I would just stick it right on the table and it would look really cool as well. So as I mentioned, I use this area for multiple different things, which means I have kind of different stations. So I want to start with this because this is probably what you guys are most excited to hear about, and it's definitely one of my favorite parts about my whole desk area. This is where I keep all of my stationery. This is my whole pen and marker collection. It really does highlight how much of an addict I am. I definitely have a problem and an obsession. But anyways, it did take me actually quite a while to really perfect and hone in how I wanted to store all of my pens because, as you can see, I have a lot of them, so it really has to be effective. These are one of my new favorite discoveries. I found these on Amazon. They're actually individual cubed units, so this square is one, this is another one, this is another one, and then you can attach all of them in any formation that you want. There are different types of these cubes. This one has the X formation, and then these ones have drawers. I really like having the variation because, as you can see, some of the pens are longer than others. So for example, the Tombos wouldn't be able to fit in the drawers because they're too tall. So having the different types of storage really works well. And what's great is that I can buy as many pens as I want, because if I run out of space, I can just stack more cubes on top of each other, and maybe eventually I'll just have a whole wall full of these storage cubes. Before finding this, I was actually storing all of my pens in jars. They were cylindrical glass vases that I found from the dollar store, and I just kind of shoved each brand in a different jar, so there was quite a lot of them. It took up a lot of valuable desk real estate, and whenever I had to film, I would have to move them, and it was kind of a risky situation because they are glass. So I am definitely just way happier with this. Also, something that you guys actually brought to my attention in my stationery haul, I think almost a year ago, is that it's best if you don't store pens vertically, especially not with the tip up, because it'll dry out quicker. So I'm happy that now all of my pens are being stored horizontally. They're like lying to sleep, waiting to be used. I'm sure you're curious how I decided to section off each of these areas in the storage cube. So we'll start off over here. This is all of my Tombow dual brush pens. These stick out the most, so I put them on the end. Over here in this quadrant are all of my Kuretake brushes. These ones are Sakura Koi, Faber-Castell brush pens, and then down here in this quadrant is my art line sticks. So this is like the brush pen situation, and then over here is the marker situation. So I have all my Crayola Super Tips. The one thing that's really annoying is that it almost fits all of the Crayola Super Tips, but not quite, so I had to shove a couple in the corner there, but not that big of a deal. And then down here, these are all of my Sakura Jelly Roll pens. I have my Zebra mild liners. These are my Stabilo fine liners. And then these are a couple one-offs. I also have my scissors up here. And then down here in the drawers, this is my fine liner drawer. So I have all my Sakura Kois, my Copic multi-liners, my Faber-Castell fine liners. This drawer over here, again, miscellaneous pens. These are more like gel pens, ballpoint pens, that type of stuff. Down here I have my Sharpie markers as well as more heavy-duty markers like the Uniposca paint pens. And then over here we have all of my Copic markers. So these ones fit perfectly, which I'm so happy about. The Copic markers are a bit chunkier, so it's hard to find a storage solution for them. Even when I was storing them in the jars, they weren't that great because not all of them would fit in one jar. So I am just so happy with this. I finally perfected it, and it really takes up minimal desk space, which is something that was so important to me. Again, I'll link these storage cubes in the description box if you're interested in getting them for yourself. I definitely highly recommend them. So this is of course where I keep my makeup. Some of you guys might find it weird that I keep my makeup here, and it's more of a lighting situation. My bathroom doesn't really have the best lighting for applying makeup. It's just too yellow and it's overhead, so it's just not a good situation. Since there is this window right in front of me and there was this perfect little nook and cranny space over here, I figured I might as well keep my makeup here. And realistically, when I'm doing my makeup, I'm not doing anything else. Like, I'm not going to be working while doing my makeup. So it's not like I would ever have a situation where it would be inconvenient for me to do my makeup while doing any work or filming or whatever. Since there's no mirror here, I just have this little handheld mirror that I just prop out. It's actually been kind of a blessing in disguise because now I can do my makeup in any sort of smaller mirror. So especially when I'm traveling, now I'm used to it. So then I just tuck this away back here, and I have all of my go-to makeup supplies here. I do have quite a bit more makeup than this, but I just tuck that away in storage in my closet. This is just my go-to everyday stuff, or stuff that I use more often than not. And these drawers are also from Amazon. As you guys can tell, I'm an Amazon freak. I love Amazon, and it's been one of my favorite places for all of these storage solutions. This is one unit, and this is another unit, and then this is another. So you can buy different ones with different shaped drawers. So I have drawers that are taller, some that are thinner, and it just works really, really well. And then next to it I have my rotating lipstick storage. That's my favorite thing. It's hard to see, but hopefully I'll get a shot of it once you zoom in. Lipsticks are definitely what I have the most of. And then up there I just have my brushes that I'll pull down when I need them, and then when I am done with them, I put them back. My next little section is not really that functional. It's all of these little decorations, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious where I got everything. This is a hanging macrame plant hanger. Again, got it off Amazon, but there was actually a pipe up at the very top of the window, and it was just the perfect situation to hang something, so I like that little added touch of nature. There's only succulents up there. I would not be able to keep a regular plant alive. And then over here I have another succulent in this geometric plant holder, and then I have this silver thumbs up that I got from Winners, I believe. This is also where I keep my Google Home Mini, which has become one of my favorite things. I use it as a speaker because it can connect to my Spotify account. You can ask it for the weather, you can ask it for directions, everything. And then I also have my little wireless phone charger over here, so I'll just plop my phone there and charge it when I have to charge it, and it's great because I can still watch something and it'll just lean right against here. And then hopefully you can see this back here. This is my wire grid inspiration board. I just hang Polaroids, pictures, any sort of inspiration that I want to see when I look up, and I think it adds a nice decorative touch to an otherwise plain, boring, white, functional room. Alright everyone, thank you so much for visiting my little office. I hope this video helped you out in some way. Maybe you got some inspiration for your own office space. Again, Everything will be linked down below, as much as I can find at least. Of course, if you're craving some more inspiration, be sure to go follow me on my Instagram at AmandaRachDoodles and click that bell button down below so you never miss a new video from me. Anyways, time to sign off. Keep doodling, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone!